Hey guys, welcome in for Truth Talks. It's been a couple days and I have some stuff I want to share with you. Some private thoughts maybe. Um, in particular, having a discussion about how we look at things through a different lens, right? And taking a big picture approach to success and to change and to growth and personal development and the whole nine yards. So that's the conversation I want to have today, about more about environment and less about what you're doing, maybe where you're doing it at. So feel free to share the video out. Welcome in. I'm super excited. I sent an email out to some potential clients about a new program that's coming up, and one of the things that I was talking about on that was the fact that we're heading into the fourth quarter. Tomorrow we're going to flip the calendar and we're going to be into the fourth quarter of the year, and this is the time now to start pulling things together and really taking an opportunity to step back and, as I call it, regroup. And so this is part of my regrouping process, and so I want to share these thoughts with you guys today. So as you come in, like I said, share the video out. My name is Marci Batiste. I'm an Ultimate Power Coach, America's #1 reality-based success and recovery trainer, and my job is simply to disrupt your toxic thinking and limiting self-sabotaging behaviors, really, and help you take 100% responsibility for your life, your relationships, and your business. And in doing so, that means being accountable back to you for the choices that you make and therefore the results that you're going to get. So what's going on, Rick? Hey, Tony. Hey, Dr. Will. So I haven't done a truth talk, and I think it's been about 3 days now, and I don't usually go that long, but as I was sharing with you all in the beginning of the video, fourth quarter really is a season of regrouping for me. It's really a season to refine my goals, really take an opportunity to pull everything into perspective. I want to go back and look at the first 9 months of the year. Now is the time where I'm breaking down every relationship I have, every business line that I'm involved in, what my business looks like, what my business is supposed to be focused on. I look at personal relationships, I look at professional relationships, I look at organization, I look at finances, and really, really, really be honest. I really have to be honest. And that's really what this whole regrouping process is about. And many of you know we've got Power Surge coming up November 1st. I've got another program starting October 13th, partnering with Dr. Will Moreland on some things. And so I'll be sharing more information about that this week. But this regrouping is so important. And so many times, what's going on, Lotus? What's going on is we don't take the time and set it aside to just focus on getting our crap back together. And we expect that, we'll do this or we'll do that and it'll just happen. And what I'm here to tell you is, unless you're intentional about it, it won't ever just happen. And so literally for the last few days, that's what I've been focused on, is really regrouping and taking this time to look at the business lines and the programs and everything that I have going on. And so many of you know one of my biggest long-term battles for life, I mean, this is going to be for life for me, it's not something that's ever going to go away, is a constant intentional battle with weight management, right? So many of you know I used to be close to 400 pounds. I've kept that off now for, almost 15, 16 years. I lost the weight to begin with naturally. What's going on, Carlton? Hey, Gillette. I lost the weight naturally through nutrition and exercise, and stone hard in being intentional about what I did, being committed to the process, and being tenacious. Like my niece used to tease me because I'd be like, oh no, it'll take X many days to burn off those calories. She'd be like, well, have a glass of wine. Oh no, that stops fat burning for 3 days. Like, I was so focused on it, right? So what happens? I had tunnel vision, right? I had tunnel vision on getting that weight off. And then I started my coaching and consulting company about 10 years ago. Operated it kind of as a hobby for a while, and then really got serious about it about 7 years ago, 6 years ago. And so when I did that, that split my focus, right? And so I was split between I gave everything. I was on 2-a-day workouts. We were doing Pilates and yoga and cycling and hiking and cardio and weight training, and I had a trainer and, all this kind of stuff. I was selling isogenics. Like, that was my life, was fitness, right? And I realized that I enjoy the coaching process. And so as I began to build the coaching and the speaking business, and I started writing books and all these other things, that drew some of my attention away from the fitness piece. That happens. Like I tell my clients, life happens when you're making other plans. But you have to always still keep your eye on the prize and pay attention to where you're trying to go. Yeah, Lotus, that's exactly what I did. It split my attention. So I was still committed to both things, but I wasn't tunnel visioned on the fitness anymore. And so when I had to split that focus, I started seeing my results in the business increased and got better, but my focus on the fitness went down because, see, there was no attention given over here because I was operating the business as a hobby 10 years ago. And 6 years ago when I got serious, then the fitness came down because 10 years ago I was all in on the fitness and I wasn't. So you guys kind of see how those two things fit together. So to bring this full circle and to give you an idea of kind of where I'm taking this message with you all, part of what I did for the last few days was really break down not only what do I want to see for the business in 2019 and how I want to crush the rest of 2018, because now's not the time to take your foot off the brake, but I realized that I'm still struggling more than I should be on the fitness side, because what had become a habit for me is no longer a habit, which was the workouts and the nutrition and so forth. And so I had to, one of the things that I work with clients on is developing your daily habits. And so things that had become a daily habit for me, it was relating to fitness, were no longer. And for the business, so again, split focus, bring it full circle. I had to say, what piece, and this is how far you have to break this stuff down, you guys. I had to literally say, what piece is it? Like, what is the difference? I understand that I have the business and I have the fitness, but before I had the business and the fitness, I had an executive career as a bank executive. So I still was able to do both of those. So if I can run someone else's business and build their dreams and their passion and fulfill their goals and still have my fitness a focus, I should be able to do that for myself with my own business. So that means it's not the fact that I have these two things competing for my attention. It's not that. It's something else. And so sitting down, I was like, what the hell? What is the difference? Like, Marci, you got to get this together. Like, you can't play with this anymore. Like, you have to get back this fitness thing under control. And then I said, aha. Because when I looked at when I started really seeing my results go down the toilet on the fitness stuff, it was about 1.5 years ago. And I had a bunch of other transitions going on. And one of the things that I did was, that was when I left corporate America 2 years ago. And when I left corporate America, that meant restructuring everything from finances to priorities and everything. Well, when I did that, one of the things that I cut out was my gym membership. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to multi-purpose. So I downsized into an apartment, and then I found an apartment that had all of the amenities that I need, things that would support my business, things that would support my fitness and my life, right? My living. And so I thought, well, this is going to be it. But here's what I discovered, you guys. There are certain things about being in the right environment that are going to help you build on the success that you want. And this is what I discovered for me on this point. The fitness center at my apartments is great. It has fine equipment. It has limited equipment, obviously, because it's not a full-size gym. But here's what it doesn't have. It didn't have an environment that charged me up. It didn't have an environment that got me amped up. It didn't have an environment that got me souped up. And I'm competitive. I enjoy watching other people work out. I enjoy learning other new workouts and things like that. 98% of the time, I was in the fitness center by myself. I wasn't motivated by that. I wasn't inspired to go there. It was dark. It was quiet. I don't know anybody else, but like for me, when I walk into a gym, I used to be at LA Fitness. I just joined EOS Fitness today, and it was just something about freaking walking through that door, scanning your membership, and you see everybody getting it in. They're getting it in, and it's just that environment, it's that motivation, it's that like we're all here, we're all competing, but we're competing against our best selves. And so I realized for me, it was the environment, and that was confirmed for me today when I walked back into a gym. And I chose EOS for a couple of reasons over LA because, number one, they're open 24 hours. LA wasn't. And then they also have a lot more unique equipment, and they have a Pilates class, which I've been dying to get back into Pilates. So I was, again, you guys, intentional in my pursuit of where do I want to take this? What kind of environment do I need to be in? And then I had to make and take the steps. And I did a post that, like, big results require big efforts. Sometimes it requires big changes, but your environment, don't ever underestimate that, because I know a lot of times we say, oh, we just got to buckle down, we got to, get it in, we got to do what we got to do, and this, that, and the other thing. And yes, that's true, but guess what? If your environment is up, your results are going to be up. And it was such a, I was talking to the guy when I was doing my membership, and I'm just like so amped up. I was just like, here, take my debit card. Here, please take my money. I just want to be back. I just want to be back in the spot. I want to be back having that feeling and feeling that pump. And like, I was so amped up for it, you guys. And is it as convenient as walking the 50 steps out my door? No, I have to get in my car. I got to drive and all this. But still, mentally, on that drive to the gym, there's something that happens to me internally, and I have to be aware of that. And those are the things, you guys, I don't want you to miss that. Don't miss that opportunity to look at the bigger picture, because sometimes it's not always what you're doing or not doing. Sometimes it's where you're doing it at. Sometimes it's the people you're doing it around. You understand? And I had to take it all the way back. And I had to really break that down and take all of it and say step by step by step by step by step, what's really different? Because if you can be running a bank, starting an entire bank in a whole new region as an executive and a vice president, and managing a team and all these other things, multiple locations, and still commit to your fitness 100%, that's bullshit that you can't do it and run your own business and build your own dreams. Come on now. I had to be honest about that. So there was something else missing, and it was my job to figure that out. And when we talk about the regroup and refine and refocus and refire into the next year, that's what it's all about. It's about getting it all together, regroup it, figure out what pieces are missing, what things do I need to add, what do I need to subtract, how do I make this better so that when 2019 rolls around, boom, you feet on the ground, you're already running. You started early, don't wait. And so that's, like I said, I'm going to share with you the program with Dr. Will that's coming up. Some of you that are on here got the email, you got the special invitation, so I hope you take advantage of that. It's going to be a great opportunity. I'm super, super, super excited about Genius Power Reset. I can't even tell you the opportunity to share with you the coach who has changed my life is, it's almost unbelievable, right? And so to be able to offer that, and that was why I was like, you know what, if I'm gonna do something, I wanna give up my coaching session this month to help somebody else. I want to pay it forward. I want to serve in that level and serve in that capacity. I always tell you guys, when I get better, my clients get better, and this is an opportunity to really open up that door, that window of opportunity for some of you. So those of you who got the email, this week. I'll be following up with you today or tomorrow, and hopefully you guys are going to really take advantage of it. Like, it's limited to 15 participants. That's really all we can handle, because when Doc and I talked it through, you know, it was really important that we're available to really give you guys the answers that you need, and answer the questions and respond in a way and understand your business and your focus and your strategies and where you're going, so we can truly give you the resources and the structure and the advice and the systems that are going to be most helpful to you. Hey Lotus, thank you. Hey Gillette, girl. it's a work in progress, huh, Gillette. So again, that's it today, guys. But think about your environment. Think about this fourth quarter, getting regrouped, pulling your stuff together, and realizing that it's not always about what you're doing or what you're not doing. Sometimes it's about where you're doing it, who you're doing it around. So pay attention to your environment. Pay attention to your circle. People are getting squared off. I mean, that's what this is, my season to square folks off. And I say every 6 months I do a review. But at the end of the year, this fourth quarter, I see you. I see who is on the team. I see who's not on the team. I know what teams I want to be a part of. I know what teams I don't want to be a part of. And so it's all about that, making the adjustments that you have to make, and cutting people off when you have to cut them off, and seeing, you know, this is for my greater good. This is for my better self. So, yes, Lotus, it is hard to do. For me, I've been doing this process now for probably about 6 or 7 years, and literally every 6 months taking a look at who I have around me, what organizations am I committing to, where is my time being directed, and my energies and my emotions and all those kind of things. And I mean, it's hard the first couple times you cut folks off. The next few times it gets easier, and then it becomes just part of the process. And so I don't take it personally. I don't take it personally when I need to walk away, and I don't take it personally when I need to push someone away. I understand that for where I'm going, that not everybody is going to be able to go there with me. I understand that as I move and grow, there are going to be people that are going to be resentful of that. I understand that everybody has their own vision, and the world ultimately is filled with abundance. So there's enough for everyone. And so it doesn't make me feel some type of way anymore. It used to, like, oh my gosh, like, we've been friends for a really long time, and now I just feel like, and no, I had to sell out. My happiness is more important than that, because at the end of the day, if you're someone who in business or personally makes me feel some type of way, that means you're a distraction to my happiness. And if happiness is my goal, is to just freaking be happy, then I have to eliminate that. And so I'm not apologetic about it at all anymore, and I'm not emotionally attached to those changes anymore. So if you have questions about that, though, feel free to inbox me or call me or whatever. I would love to be able to talk through that with you. So that's it for me today, guys. Thanks for hanging out for Truth Talks. Check your environment. For those of you who are on here who got the special invitation for Genius Power Reset, I will be following up with you with another email for the advanced invites, and then we'll go full steam ahead. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Thanks for living life on Mars with me and being part of the Ultimate Power Team. I'm out of here.